Have you ever had that experience where, after a simple coffee date or a quick phone call, you feel like you've just run a marathon? You walk away with heavy shoulders, a mental fog, and a strange sense of hollowness, as if your vitality was literally siphoned out of you through a straw. And the worst part isn't even the exhaustion, it's the realization that you seem to have an invisible magnet. Friends who only call when they're in crisis, partners who require constant emotional maintenance, or family members who dump their trauma onto you without ever asking if you have the space to hold it. You might ask yourself, why is it always me? You tell yourself it's because you're empathetic, because you're a good listener, or because you have a big heart. But let's be honest and have a real heart-to-heart. Is it just kindness, or is it a wound you haven't looked at yet? Today, we're going to stop blaming the energy vampires, even if they exist, and start looking inward. Because the problem isn't that they are knocking on your door. The problem is why your door doesn't have a lock. We're going to uncover what this magnetic attraction says about your internal boundaries and how you can reclaim your energy without losing your compassion.
Many self-help gurus will tell you to just cut off toxic people. And while that's a start, if you only change the people without changing your internal structure, new characters will eventually enter your life and perform the exact same script. Psychology tells us that we don't attract what we want. We attract what is familiar or what our internal architecture allows. If you were an emotionally intense or highly sensitive person, HSP, you likely have a very fine-tuned radar for others' needs. You spot someone's pain before they even realize it themselves. And here's the insight. You have confused your ability to understand others with the responsibility to save them. You attract draining people because, at a subconscious level, you're broadcasting a signal of total availability. You are a high-performance emotional system that doesn't send an invoice. In a world full of people with emotional deficits, you are an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Let's go down into the engine room of your brain. Why is it so hard to say no or set a boundary, even when you feel like you're suffocating? Number 1. Attachment theory and the hypervigilant brain. If you grew up in an environment where you had to manage your parents' emotions, or where love was conditional on you not being a problem, you developed emotional hypervigilance. Your nervous system learned that being safe meant anticipating everyone else's mood. Today, your brain interprets setting a boundary as dangerous because in your childhood, a boundary meant rejection. Number 2. Mirror neurons and over-empathy. We all have mirror neurons that allow us to feel what others feel. But in emotionally intense individuals, these neurons are on steroids. When someone complains or offloads negativity, your brain doesn't just hear the story, it simulates it. You are living the other person's stress in your own body. Without a clear cognitive barrier, your cortisol levels spike for a problem that isn't even yours. Number 3. The bias of empathic omnipotence. This is a fascinating psychological concept. It's the unconscious belief that if you just try hard enough, if you listen closely enough, or if you give the perfect advice, you can fix the other person. It's a form of control disguised as help. You are exhausted because you are trying to solve equations that don't belong to you.
I don't want you to stop being empathetic. The world needs people who feel deeply. What I want is for you to be an empath with armor. Here's how to start. Tool 1, the ownership check-in. Next time you are with someone and you start feeling drained, ask yourself this question silently. Whose emotion is this? Visualize a line on the floor between you and the other person. Acknowledge that their sadness, anger, or chaos stays on their side of the line. You can validate them, I'm sorry you're going through that, but you don't have to step over and carry it. You are a witness, not a sponge. Tool 2. using container boundaries. Draining people are like gases. They expand to fill all available space. You must provide the container. Time variation. I have 15 minutes to talk about this, then I have to jump on something else. Topic variation. I hear that you're struggling with that, but I don't have the mental capacity to process heavy topics today. Can we talk about something lighter? It feels rude at first, but remember, a no to them is a yes to your mental health. Tool 3, the response pause. Many of us are reflexive rescuers. Someone throws a problem at us and we jump in before we even think. Apply the 5-second rule. When someone asks for something that you know will drain you, breathe and say, "Let me check my schedule or energy and I'll get back to you." This space breaks the pattern of automatic people-pleasing.
It's important to pause here. If you have ADHD or the highly sensitive person, HSP, trait, your nervous system saturates much faster than average. What feels like a lively chat to someone else can be a sensory bombardment for you. Do not judge yourself for needing more monk time than others. You aren't weak. You are a precision instrument that needs constant recalibration. Also, if you are dealing with someone who has a personality disorder or an active addiction, basic communication tools might not be enough. In those cases, the boundary isn't a conversation, it's physical distance.
I want you to stop for a second and feel your body. Do you feel that tightness in your chest or that tiredness in your eyes? That is your essence asking you for protection. Setting boundaries does not make you a bad person. In fact, it makes you a more honest person. When you let someone drain you out of obligation, you're actually building resentment, and resentment is the poison of any healthy relationship. By learning to say, "This is my limit," you are teaching others how to truly love you. You're saying, "My energy is valuable, and for me to continue being a light in this world, I have to protect my own lamp first." You are worthy because of who you are, not because of how much weight you can carry on your shoulders.
To wrap up, you attract draining relationships because your internal defense system is set to prioritize external harmony over internal peace. We've seen that this comes from childhood patterns, a sensitive neurobiology, and the false belief that you are responsible for saving everyone. Today, I invite you to pick just one person in your life, one you know drains you, and apply one tiny boundary this week. Not right now, or let's change the subject. See what happens. You might be surprised to find that those who truly care for you will respect that space, and those who leave, well, they were only there for the free buffet anyway. Thank you for being here, for your sensitivity, and for your courage to look inward. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, taking care of yourself is the greatest act of service you can perform. And in case you would love to see more videos, like, subscribe, and leave me a comment.